Aloha Aquarius, and welcome to your tarot reading for the week of August 10th through the 17th. Before we dive into it, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can always go to themagicsiren.com. I have the fresh promo code for the month of August down in the description box below. You'll also find the link to our Patreon. I post almost every day over there. We have a ton of fun, so go and check it out. You'll also see that we have a weekly podcast called The Siren Circle. Every Sunday we dive deep into a new topic, so I hope to see you there this weekend in the circle. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading for this week, August 10th through the 17th. We are going to start with the overall theme or vibe for the week. We'll move into any potential obstacles or challenges. Then we'll shuffle to see how we can overcome those challenges. We'll get any extra messages that Universe and Spirit have for you. And then everybody really loved the affirmation for the August overview readings. So we are going to do an affirmation card at the end of the video for your affirmation for the week. If you missed your August reading, make sure you go and check that out as well. We have our love oracles. We have our general oracles. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's see what's happening in terms of love, emotions, and relationships for this week for all of you Aquarius friends. Make sure you're watching your sun, moon, and rising sign so you can get a full picture of what's going on this week. You had a card flip. We have healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Somebody else had this card this week. I think it was a fire sign. But outside of all that, this does not necessarily have to be healing family issues in the sense of like healing your parents. This is just healing from things that maybe happened in your childhood. This could be generational traumas. This could be even things that happened over the last couple of months that have to do with your family or people that you consider to be like family. There's just this opportunity this week to heal from these things, to forgive yourself from maybe carrying the heaviness or the burdens of those things, allowing yourself to maybe set that down and release it, and really maybe just kind of reflecting on our healthy boundaries moving forward. I always kind of tell people when this card comes out with the forgiveness that not everyone deserves to be forgiven, but we all deserve to forgive ourselves for maybe carrying some of the trauma or the weight from those experiences. So allow yourself to forgive yourself this week. You don't have to carry the generational traumas or the family traumas or the heaviness and emotional sadness from things that happened in our past. We can release that stuff. You don't have to be the carrier of that any longer. And give yourself permission this week to drop it, to heal from it, and to release it. Let's go ahead and see what general oracles can add for the overall theme and vibe for the week. We have body work. Somebody else just had this. I think it was Virgo. Remember, watch your sun, moon, and rising sign. If you have fire or earth or water in your chart, make sure you're watching that as well. But you do have this body work card. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. I think more this is along the lines, not necessarily your career. It can be, right? Like if you do one of these things as your career, this might just be that thumbs up, like you're on the right path, keep doing that. But I think this really has more to do with like maybe the energy healing, or maybe like doing massage therapy, or maybe like somatic therapies in terms of this healing. I think this is a very healing week for you, or very loud car. This is either a very healing week for you, or it's an opportunity for it to be a healing week for you. Some of you might have been carrying some of this for a really long time, and this is your spirit team telling you that if you want to experience more fulfillment, more love, more happiness moving forward, going into this final quarter of the year, now is the time to heal from this. Now is the time to release it, and maybe you can lean on some of those sort of body work things like massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or even just getting your body active and moving in exercise as well. Let's go ahead and see what tarot has to add to the overall theme and vibe for the week. You have the Seven of Cups in reversal. This feels like you're looking for more options in your life, and it feels like there are a lot of opportunities and chances it feels like it's right out of reach. And I think, again, for some of you, it comes with this week of healing. I almost want to say if you are trying to find opportunities and chances, whether it's in work, spirituality, relationships, projects, whatever it is, I wouldn't be searching out a bunch of new opportunities this week. I would get to a place where you could tell yourself, like, I am emotionally healed, emotionally balanced. I'm spiritually in a space where I would be able to take a new opportunity if it came my way. Because I think honestly, when we see the Seven of Cups in reversal, even if somebody came in with a bunch of opportunities and just handed them to you on a silver platter, a lot of the times we couldn't even choose one if we wanted to because we have so many things going on. And whether it is just like we have a ton of work, or we have a bunch of responsibilities with family, or again, maybe we are emotionally not ready for it, okay? There's this energy of this week of like, get ready for all the chances and opportunities that are coming in. The Seven of Cups in the upright is very much being spoiled for choice and having a lot of options, having a lot of choices. So that's right over the horizon for you. Again, you don't want to be stuck in a place where some chances or some opportunities get offered to you and you can't take them because you're not ready for it, okay? This is a week to prepare yourself and get ready for it. Let's go ahead and see what the potential obstacle or challenges. We have the Page of Swords in reversal. Obstacle or challenge when it comes to, again, putting your healing and yourself on the top of the priority list this week. The challenge or obstacle here is just allowing yourself to explore the space to do so. All the page cards are the curiosity cards. It's almost kind of like this energy of like, when you're young, you're curious about things and you explore them without feeling or worrying too much about the consequence of exploring it. And when you see it in the reversal, I think for a lot of you, I think maybe some of you, this is stuff that maybe we've pushed down for quite some time. These could be, again, generational traumas, things that happened, 10 years ago. This could be things that really hurt your feelings and we swept it under the rug. We also have to be okay with opening up that box, like opening up Pandora's box or taking the rug out so we could sweep it all out. I think that's part of maybe the potential challenge this week is allowing yourself to see some of that energy. Some of you may be watching this and be like, Alicia, I don't have anything that I need to prepare for because if I had opportunities handed to me, I would be able to take them, no problem. I'm ready for them. But I think if you got really open, honest, raw, and real with yourself, you might end up seeing that like maybe there are a couple of things here that did get swept under the rug. There maybe are a few things that we still need to tie up some loose ends to fully get a clean slate and prepare. Let's go ahead and see what the potential, how we can overcome it. Two queen cards. When you get double or multiple of the divine feminine energy coming out as how to overcome the challenge or obstacle, it's showing up in your life compassionately. This is the Queen of Compassion. And then showing up to nurture yourself. This is the mother of the deck, the nurturer. I also find it interesting that neither one of these are air energy. It is earth energy and water because you are air if you're watching this, right? So it's very interesting to me that how to overcome the potential obstacle or challenge this week is to get compassionate with yourself, to find emotional balance and maturity through releasing the things that maybe you have been carrying, even if it's been subconscious, and nurturing your own soul, nurturing yourself, watering and tending to your own seeds. Maybe taking a step back and ask yourself, have you been watering everybody else's seeds? Have you been showing up and making everybody else's dreams a reality? Have you been that solid person in everybody else's life except for your own? And this might be one of those moments where we do have to take a step back and be very raw and open and honest with ourselves. The Queen of Cups, she is emotionally balanced. She does not allow her emotions to get the best of her. She shows up very emotionally mature and she finds emotional maturity when this comes out. So there is this energy this week of like things that maybe have emotionally drained you in the past. You actually have the ability this week to look at them and release maybe any lingering that you've been carrying. Same thing with the Queen of Pentacles, right? She plants those seeds and she knows that when she shows up and nurtures them, they grow into things that bring her fulfillment, stability, and success in her life. And you're being called to step into double divine feminine energy this week. So I would definitely be sitting in your divine feminine this week as much as possible. Let's go ahead and get any extra messages that Universe and Spirit have for you this week, Aquarius. We have the Three of Cups in reversal. I think somebody else also had this too. But I don't think that this is necessarily something you should avoid. I think this is something that you should do more of. Spending time with people in environments that do make you feel good, that do make you feel free, that remind you of who you truly are. There's that energy of like authenticity that comes through this reading because again, it's like we started this reading by saying there might be some things that we are carrying or burdens, again, whether they were ours to choose to carry or not, right? There might be some energies here that you've been carrying how do we overcome that? Well, we show ourselves compassion. We show ourselves the nurturing energy that comes from the Queen of Pentacles, but also too, like remembering that you have created this sort of like chosen family in your life of people that genuinely want to see you happy and see you succeeding and fulfilled in life. So maybe spend some time with those people doing things that genuinely do make you happy. Maybe some of you did have family dynamics when you were younger that stopped you from being able to do that, right? I want to go ahead and get your affirmation for this week. Let's get your affirmation for this week and see what comes out. Like I mentioned earlier, everyone seemed to really like the affirmations. So let's go ahead and get an affirmation you can use for the next 7 days, August 10th through the 17th, and see, how it kind of interacts with the rest of this reading. Because this reading is very much putting yourself first, Aquarius. Putting yourself first this week, I think, is top notch. Making sure that you have a clean slate for what's to come, because you have a lot of opportunities right around the corner. I am worthy of the very best in life and lovingly allow myself to accept what comes my way. You are worthy of the very best in life. And some of you may feel like you're not worthy of it because of things that were said in your childhood or previous chapters of your life. And if that's the case, this is the week to release that. You have the opportunity to do that. You are worthy of the very best. And if you feel like energy has been stagnant in your life and you feel like you've been swimming upstream, pause. Pause. Let the energy flow within your body. You're being asked to step up with some body work this week, okay? Take a deep breath and let's refocus. Let's realign. Let's say, okay, I know that I am worthy of the best. So let me go ahead and trust that universe and spirit are going to maybe start leading me down that path. Let me go with the current. Let me go with the flow. And then allow yourself to lovingly accept whatever does come your way. Take a screenshot of this. Use this every day. Every day, say this before you start your day. I am worthy of the very best in life, and I lovingly accept what comes my way. I think overall, Aquarius, there are some great messages here. Do not be afraid to explore things that maybe you've swept under the rug. Don't be afraid to revisit conversations in your head so you can release that and get your own closure. Don't be afraid to open up some of those boxes that maybe we have packed down some emotions that we didn't really want to deal with or we didn't have the tools to deal with at that time. You have this double queen energy that says you are supposed to show up compassionately for yourself this week. You are supposed to nurture your own seeds and your soul this week. So take a moment, reflect on everything that maybe you have been through. Know that there is a support system that you've been building in your own life with that Three of Cups. And there are some really big, fresh opportunities that are going to kind of come into your life and be handed to you. You want to make sure that you're ready for them. Okay, this is actually a good reading. I think all the readings for this week have been very empowering, if anything. So this is another empowering reading for you, Aquarius. If you're still watching this video and you have not liked it yet, consider liking this video. Consider subscribing to the channel. Join us. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps me out a lot. We like making new friends here as well. And like I mentioned earlier, if you would like to get a personal reading, I left all that information down in the description box below. With all that being said, I'm going to let you get back to your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you again next week. Aloha.